Hi everybody, and welcome back to my Corvette only vlog. My name is Rick Conti. I love when I walk out of my office, I'm looking down here, oh, my baby's right there. I love being surrounded by the sold babies too. Jim in Illinois, congratulations on the ZR1. Mike in Florida, your orange Z06 is here, man. Tim in Ohio, looking forward to meeting you, man. And Dan in North Carolina, congratulations on that smoking deal and that new 2018 Z06. And another thank you to Matt in Arizona. Your car's here, sir. We have one here for Don in Illinois. Can't wait to talk to you guys and get this ready to roll. I want to thank so many of you for the great response we had to our recent Sunday Coffee with Conti. Yes, we covered a lot of subjects. We had a lot of fun, but I'll tell you what, a lot of people were asking about and concerned about the 2017 Corvette recall that we brought to your attention. By your suggestion, we're going to take it a step further before we get into the quick tip from Rick and talk to our Corvette mechanic Chuck and let you know a little bit what's involved in actually doing the repair on your Corvette. So that's coming up in a second, but hang on a second. Yes, we're talking about the new cars, but my gosh, when you get a used opportunity like this, yes, this is Watkins Glen gray, guys. Look at that metallic just pop. Can you see that? Jake Hood Stinger, 4,400 miles, 2017, not part of the recall, manual transmission car. If you want to talk more about that car, my contact information is down below and it's bam, right there on the screen. Right now, we got to go talk to Chuck. Somebody's ready for a YouTube video. Yep. This guy's so busy right now. Last thing he needs is me back here shoving a camera in his face. But like I said, we were talking about the 2017 Corvette recall, bringing that to your attention so you could check your VIN number out. Oh my gosh, there's going to be a wait time, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty much an all-day thing.
Right. And I know we talked about this, and I mentioned it on the vlog because you had told me that the parts aren't readily available, although GM's memo says, oh, go ahead and go on into your dealer.
Right.
No. Some of you ought to reply to that video and said, yeah, I know, Rick, I'm on the wait a minute program too, but I guess we're used to that. They're essentially going to be changing the entire steering gear.
Entire steering gear.
Whereabouts is that sucker located?
It's in the front. Underneath here, stretches out. It's what turns the wheels side to side. It's the whole steering gear.
And that's going to take you, what, 5-6 hours to do?
Yeah.
So you're going to be down for a count. Now, I was talking to Chuck, folks, before we came back here, and he brought up a good point. So I wanted you to know, number one, as far as what type of wait time, not just waiting on parts, but waiting on the repair. It's not something you're going to bring into the dealership and hang out for the day and get it done. Unless you want to hang out for the day, just you better order some pizza.
But barring any problems, it's probably a better suggestion just to make the arrangements to drop it.
Exactly. Leave it, rent a car. We're being silly about it, but seriously, leave the car. But here's the other thing that I thought was a great suggestion that you said that was not in the memo, and it'll be at the customer's expense, but you said, here, we're going to get in here and do all this. You might want to consider getting an alignment done. Absolutely.
The only thing General Motors is going to pay for when we do this is to reset the toe.
Okay.
But if the caster camber's out on the front or rear or anything like that, they will not pay for that. That's something that ought to be done while we have it on the rack, but it is at the customer's expense.
Right. Well, and in perfect time to do that. I mean, you're already there doing it.
Right.
Rather than go home and bring it back, you're there, spend the money, have it done right, and
sure.
And be happy with the car when you get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you bet. All right, man. Thanks for taking the time, Chuck. I appreciate it.
No problem. Back to work.
Yes, absolutely. And time now for our quick tip from Rick. Appreciate you guys being here. Well, it was nice for Chuck to take time to talk to us. I know he's really busy, but man, I'll tell you what, it's really hot today. So what we're going to talk about on our quick tip from Rick is the ventilated seats and a couple of the little things inside your Corvette. C7 Corvette. Oh, I don't even know if it shows well on camera, but man, if you've ever seen ceramic matrix gray with the adrenaline red interior, you need to see it. Look at this. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about today is more of a fact rather than a tip, but hopefully it dispels a lot of confusion out there when it comes to your C7 Corvette ventilated seat. I've seen YouTube videos out there, guys that work at Chevy dealerships talking about Corvette, how it has an air-conditioned seat, a cooled seat. No, guys, it's a ventilated seat. If you notice, when you hit your ventilated seat on Corvette, it's orange. Now when the light is blue, like this Suburban we're sitting in, yes, that's your air-conditioned or your cooled seat. Okay, so here's where the confusion comes in. I bet there's many times you've been in your C7 Corvette, you're driving around and everything feels cool. The air conditioning, your seats feel good. And then other times you're driving around and you're like, well, my seat doesn't feel as cool. How come that is? Well, the time that it was cool, the roof was up or the roof was on, the windows were up, and you were circulating air-conditioned air. Remember, this is a ventilated seat. So when the roof is down or the roof is off and the windows are down, what are you circulating? Warmer air. That's why there's a difference. It's not an air-conditioned or cooled seat, it's a ventilated seat. Here's another thing that is more of a tip for you guys that was more of a troubleshoot situation that I was involved in. A gentleman just bought his car. He says, hey, I'm getting out of the garage and every time I turn a certain way, the headlights come on automatically, my dash dims down. I don't understand what's going on. Well, it was neat that he came to see me and tell me about this problem early in the morning. Now, in case you didn't know, right there in the middle of the dash is your sensor that controls your automatic headlights as well as your dash panel lights. Kind of like this, you're driving around during the day, the dash lights look fine, then all of a sudden in the bright of day, it appears they went dark. So here's what happened with that client, and I think all of us can learn from that. He was complaining that the dash lights would go bright, then they would go dim. It was bright day, he didn't understand what was going on. Well, here's what was happening. All right, guys, I'm sorry for the reflection in the windshield, but there's the sensor in the middle of the dash, and what he had mounted on the inside of the car down low was a radar detector. If you look at my hand right there, there's a shadow covering up that sensor. So as he was turning the corner, the sun would hit it down low and the shadow would cover up that sensor. All the lights would come on, dash lights, headlights, and then he would come back and the sun would be exposed again, turn the corner, it would block it again. So it was something little, just told him mount it up a little bit higher and he'd be in good shape. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people didn't even know this button exists because when you're sitting in the seat, it's kind of hidden from the steering wheel and what have you, but this button right here actually controls the dash panel lights once you're in nighttime mode. Turning it all the way to the right, you'll feel just a little, like a little click, and that turns on your interior light, so be careful with that, but you can turn it all the way down to dim it, or you can turn it all the way up to brighten it. Folks, I really appreciate you joining me on the vlog and taking the time to watch. This Tuesday segment on our channel is called A Quick Tip from Rick. It's all about ownership and operation of your Corvette, but I'm going to add another feature to every Tuesday's episode, and that's showcasing your beautiful rides. That's right, our friend Chuck at Corvettes 918 used to do that all the time. I got his blessing. We're gonna do that feature for you on the channel. We're gonna play his cool song too. And after all, that's what this channel is about. Cool people, cool cars. So I want to see your beautiful rides. Email those to me. Email address is up on the screen. I just want your first name and the state that you're from, and we'll feature them at the end of every Quick Tip from Rick every Tuesday right here on this vlog.